Where do we sit after Boeing's report today in terms of the pace of deliveries on the 737? Is it enough to kind of satisfy investor expectations for now?
Thanks so much, Mike, for having me. Boeing's report was a bit of a relief rally for Boeing and Spirit Aerospace Systems, given that Boeing held the line on its MAX production delivery assumption of 400 to 450 MAXs, which will help fuel domestic travel, with a lot of the U.S. network carriers taking about 50% of that output. So that was a little bit of a relief rally given the 737 MAX delivery pause we've seen across most of the models except for the Dash 9 that was implemented about 2 weeks ago. So we weren't sure if they would be able to continue their output, but they're saying they have a fix in place. The rework is only a matter of a few hours/days, depending on what type of aircraft it is, and they could still deliver on their target starting in the second half, with Q2 still a slow output quarter.
And then what about, I guess, the rest of either the product set or the geographic kind of pool of demand out there? It seems like a few things have to start kicking in to get the free cash flow story underway.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mike. So Boeing had an outflow of about $800 million of free cash flow in the first quarter, with its guidance maintained of $3 to $5 billion. But of course, we're assuming the low end of that is more likely given the risks around their MAX deliveries of 400 to 450. And they also are forecasting 787s, which are the wide body platform, or the majority of the wide body demand. That is 70 to 80 aircraft. And we've seen about under 20 delivered year to date. So we have a big ramp to go in the second half to meet Boeing's free cash flow guidance. But they're still maintaining it. And in fact, what they did, they almost doubled down on their belief that this will work out, because they did say that they are raising MAX production. We think MAX production is around 31, 35 today. They made it official. They said they're going to go to 38 at the end of this year. And on the 787, they said that now they're officially at 3 per month, and they haven't really said that they're going to 5, and they are reinforcing their output target of 10 per month by 2025 and 50 on the 737. So that was a positive. And from the reports we've seen so far, whether it's General Electric or Raytheon Technologies or Hexcel, these numbers have been supportive. We are seeing that commercial aerospace revenue come through for those suppliers, too. And
so presumably reaffirming that expectation by the company means that they don't think it's particularly sensitive to any wobble in global economic growth, or we just have to wait and see?
I don't think they do. We just can't get planes fast enough, to be honest. The current production rates, if we think global air traffic internationally meets 2019 levels by the end of this year, which is a 1-year pull forward or 1.5-year pull forward versus our forecast, we need many more planes. So we are forecasting narrow body output across Boeing and Airbus was 1,000 units in 2022, going up to 1,500 by 2025. And that only assumes 4% air traffic growth versus last cycle was 6%. So we are already assuming sort of a soft landing in our output numbers. And that means Boeing gets to 50, Airbus gets to 75 per month on their narrow bodies. So recession or not, we're seeing output increase. It's a matter of who could get the margins and have no supply chain hiccups while they're basically doubling rates.